Read a smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast. Government won't act. How long will this be going on? Aloha, this is Skye, your Soulful Progressive with FNN, Feminist News Network, that feminist news that's right for you. Welcome to Skye in location in Waikiki, Hawaii, giving you that soulful news you need, yes indeed. So today we're going to talk with revolutionary activist and co-founder of Our Revolution, David Monix, in regards to a series of important issues that are happening within Hawaii. So let's start our series, Hawaii Talk. On that link below, and you can see 3 years worth of videos. Now, today we have a man that has worked the Hawaii State Legislature to pull off something dramatic within our nation to be the first state to declare climate emergency. This is international news, people. This is big. So what I have now is David Monix, also the founder of Bernie Our Revolution, now called just Our Revolution, and we also have Bubba along with us also. So, David, thank you for coming today.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and I want to know, how did you do it, man? How did you get Hawaii to declare climate emergency?
I think it's the three important words: organize, organize, organize. So I think that was it. I am co-founder of Our Revolution Hawaii, but I'm also co-founder of the Occupy Honolulu and co-founder of 350 Hawaii. So the important thing about organizing is building coalitions, and getting as many folks as you can to get involved. So in 2019, with a climate emergency petition to the governor, asking the governor of the state of Hawaii to declare a climate emergency.
And that's Governor Skye,
Yeah.
who is now our current governor.
Yeah.
2-term. This is our last term.
Yeah. And
So we got a lot of people chasing that position, people.
Yeah.
Stop and think.
Yeah. So we got a lot of pushback that, you're going to give the governor dictatorial powers and all that kind of stuff, and this is what we got from the bureaucrats who work with David Skye and also in the city and county. And but we said, look, we wrote this, so there wouldn't be anything like that. So we wrote the petition, and we got this pushback from government bureaucrats that we'd be giving the governor dictatorial powers, and that's not. We wrote it, so we know that that's not what it did. But that wasn't going. We got about 1,500 signatures on it, and we got a lot of feedback from different folks who work with the governor. He's never going to sign it. He's not going to do it. So then we moved to go to the cities, the counties, and Kauai, Maui County, and Hawaii Island County, and Kauai County ran into your typical political slowdown, prevent anything from moving forward. But Maui and Hawaii Island counties, they passed the climate emergency resolution in 2019. That was very exciting. So then we wrote a bill, a resolution. And we went to talk to Senator Mike Gabbard and to Representative Lisa Martin. Now, we helped Lisa Martin get elected, so because we could see she was a progressive, and she'd be working on and supporting the things that we support. We actually worked with a climate scientist here in Hawaii to make sure we had all the science right. And we wrote this resolution, and we gave it to Mike Gabbard. Very excited about it. He was all for it, and just as this is 2020, it's just as it was going to get through the first committee, COVID hit, and so it was dead in the water.
That's 2020.
Yeah. So then we came back in 2021, and that's when Lisa Martin got elected, and we went to her with this resolution. So she sponsored it on the House side.
And Lisa Martin is the progressive that represents which district?
She took over Chris Lee's area, and she's in Kailua, Waimanalo area.
Kailua and Waimanalo deserve a progressive representation such as Lisa, because they've been way long overdue and being ran by too many people that weren't native to or Kama'aina to that district. So I'm glad to see that.
How she got involved was we're having a conference of the Democratic Party, and I was given a few minutes to speak because we were talking about climate change.
Mm-hmm.
And what I said was, we got all these men in the legislature. There are just too many damn men. We need more women. So I'm challenging you women in the audience to run for office. We need you to run. Lisa took that to heart, and she ran for office. And we
Are you telling me something, Hawaii?
We need to get as many women in office as possible, because right now it's just overwhelmed. It's not even close, you know.
Right,
it should
right.
be 50-50, you know, but it's not.
Well, and to the fact, as I mentioned all the time, it was 1972, named by the first name Charles, that was the last time we had a ADOS African American on the city council, which that's like nuts to me.
Right.
That's like craziness.
Right, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you know, we need that again. We need more representation of the working class within Hawaii, which is usually more people of color.
Yeah.
And not a group of color that has taken on elitist status.
Yeah, right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But I went there. Okay.
So now in 2019,
Okay.
it actually started making, progress through the legislature, and we were very surprised because we're used to, if you're a grassroots organizer, you're used to losing, right? Yeah. And then we were going through the legislature and trying to get them to support it, and to our surprise, we were getting a lot more support than we ever imagined. And what we got from Senator Gabbard, we're organizers, right? And so we're used to losing, right? I mean, if you're organizing for peace and justice and equality, 90% of the time you lose, right? We have to really work our asses off to win small little victories.
I know it's a struggle every time to fight against the big money, big lobbying interests of Honolulu establishment.
Yeah, and it took 10 years for civil rights to pass.
See what I'm saying?
It took 10 years to end the Vietnam War.
Hello?
It took 75 years for women to get the vote.
And it's 20 plus and we still haven't finished Afghanistan. Don't even let me get started.
Yeah, so for an organizer, losing is kind of comes with the territory, so you just get used to losing.
Well, congratulations on the climate change emergency victory, because, something needs to be said in regards to climate change. Now, what I would like to know, are you working with the Sunrise Movement? Are you working with any other organizations in regards to this climate catastrophe that we're going through right now?
Yeah, so not Sunrise, one of the guys who organized it lives here in Hawaii, but they have not gotten involved at all to help us. But we did...
Very telling. Very telling.
Well, these new young groups with these young people, they don't have the experience, so they fall for the stuff that maybe Joe Biden says is completely false, right?
Well, some of them are profiteering too. They want to sell the shirts, they want to promote the slogans and profit off of that, but then they're not at the board meetings or confronting the gatekeepers that are keeping this action from happening?
Yeah. So what we did is we formed a coalition. We invited all these groups to come to a meeting, and to our surprise, about 30 showed up. And we've been meeting since last November, once a week, focusing on different climate and environmental legislation. So now, when we declared, before we declared the climate emergency, our numbers jumped up to like 40 now organizations belong to the Climate and Environmental Coalition. So this is pretty exciting. So that did help us get it through the legislature, because it wasn't just 350 or Our Revolution that was like, testifying. We also got the Environmental Caucus of the Democratic Party. Faith Action joined us.
Any leaders of the environmental movement besides you that's heading this off?
Oh yeah, Melody Aduha with the Environmental Caucus of the Democratic Party. She was very instrumental in helping get this forward. Matt Geyer from Faith Action, very much involved. Ted Bowman with, I think it's called a Climate Coalition. Anyway, we had, like I said, 30 organizations that helped us out. So that did help us get through the legislature.
Okay, now this is if you read How to Get the Rats Out of Congress from Ralph Nader, this is a total Ralph Nader approach where you build a coalition between organizations to gather together to complete your objective and goal, and in this one it's climate emergency.
Right, yeah. So when we actually passed it, it was kind of stunning to us, like I said, because we're used to losing. We had a lot of good legislation going through the legislature. Right now, like, there's all these people getting electric cars, and more electric cars. But if you live in an apartment, or a condo, you got no place to charge up your car. So we need charging stations.
Yeah, now, see, the thing is, there's all these tax breaks for corporations in regards to Biden's new infrastructure bill in regards to electric cars and making more of them in America. But there's no communal push or grants or monies going toward residents with electric cars. So Hawaii is full of apartment complexes, condo complexes, and every condo association should be given the opportunity to have a discounted, if not a granted, electrical charging station within their condo communities, parking lot or condo complexes, parking area, or even, dig this, provided for the low income and the affordable housing. To do this, to allow, more direct action in regards to climate change, and that's by hitting the ground, by empowering the residents.
Yeah, right. Their shoes. So get involved. Our Revolution Hawaii at yahoo.com, Our Revolution Hawaii Facebook page, and we'll, you'll find out what's going on, and then you can decide what's important to you, and start working with that group to help that get done.
Well, that's the word from the man that knows best in Hawaii in regards to environmental catastrophe issues like the one we're facing now. And so be a part of something special and something great and make the best out of this Hawaii state. So remember, in this era of hate, you're going to have to participate, because if you don't, we're going to have more catastrophe all over this place. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining. Peace.
See the smile behind my mask. How long will it last? Stimulus going fast. Government won't act. How long will this be going on? I'm standing here in line, struggling with my time.